What's up, guys? K.357 coming to you here this morning. Today is the 26th of February, so we're getting close to the end of the month. So we know we're going to do our drawing for a lever action 22. It's a Henry rifle that will be given away. But the reason I'm here this morning is I'm going to introduce to you in a minute Brian. He's doing the laser etching. I showed you this on my Glock. So you see there, K.357, that's my username on my YouTube channels, but I'm also going to load this video up, of course, on my Facebook page. So this is just obviously the slide only. But I really like it. I think it turned out super great. So let me ask Brian a few questions. We talked about this a little bit before we did it, but so if we have a little snafu here and there, we're doing this unedited. We're shooting straight from the hip, okay? So me and Brian have known each other for a long time. We worked together at Pittsburgh Police Department, and that's where I really got to know him. And we're similar in a lot of ways. I'm an older version of him, and he's a younger version of me. And Lori says negative. So we both got ADD, ADHD, and all the other stuff.
I think that violates HIPAA there, Kevin.
Okay, all right. So anyway, I'm going to ask Brian a few questions and that are common questions I think somebody probably would ask. And then Brian, honestly, Brian, if you think of anything that you want to interject now or at the end of this video, we'll do that. So like I said, we've been talking about this for a while, the etching. So he can do texting, he can do symbols and things like that. So it's, well, first of all, how about this? So what can you laser engrave? We obviously know you can do slides on guns. What about some other stuff? So you can do lowers,
yeah,
on rifles. You can do magazines,
yeah,
which would probably typically be the AR-15 magazines, so you can see it. So is it just as easy for you to laser text as it is putting symbols? Well, you're not doing it. I know the machine's doing it, but is it one same in the other?
Yeah, the process behind it is the same. Any type of metal, any type of stone or dark color polymer plastics, we can do laser etching and engraving on. It does cut into the metal. So when you're looking at the slide of a gun or you're looking at the lower receivers of your ARs, just know that it is permanent. There is no erase button. So whatever's there is going to stay there, and it is actually going to be in the metal,
right,
and cut into it.
So just like what you did on my slide, so like 3 years from now, is there any maintenance to be done on this to keep it looking like that? Or, is it going to rust?
Yeah, anytime you cut into any type of metal, there is a chance for, and I think somebody has commented already about oxidation, and what we can do to kind of combat that maintenance or to combat the rusting or the oxidation of the metal is just clean your gun regularly, which I hope you do anyway. Keep your gun in good working maintenance condition. Gun oil on top of it will work, whether you're using Remington or hops or anything like that. You should be okay to just put a thin layer of oil on it, and it should protect the gun from rusting. Just make sure that you keep maintenance on it on a regular basis. And of course, if you wanted that extra layer of security, just a clear Cerakote at some point, if you know somebody,
which we'll be doing later on.
That's right. When we offer that, or if you have somebody else that you know that can put just that clear Cerakote on it, then that will also help protect the air from getting to it as well.
Okay, so how about, I'm sure everybody's wondering this because I got some comments on that, pricing. How are you going to price this stuff?
Yeah, so everything we do is going to be completely different.
My oatmeal. Go ahead.
Everything that we do is going to be very personalized. So if you're wanting a personalized design or you're wanting text on it, then I have to do certain things on the computer and possibly convert it to graphics. So the pricing for any job is going to start at $35 and it's going to go up. For me to say that, hey, just this one, if you have so many characters or so many letters or certain shapes of designs, it's going to cost you X amount of dollars. That really is something for me to kind of consider when I talk to the customer when they're wanting to have something done. and look at what the pricing would be, and then we can discuss it via email or cell phone conversations, just to be able to kind of get the pricing and to work on that too. I know that I can be a little flexible with certain things. Some stuff just takes a long time for me to do on the back end. So obviously the prices are going to be a little higher on that.
Okay. So folks, we're gonna. I mean, the reason we're doing this video and the reason Brian's here is because we're pretty much going to implement this right away. Okay. I'm not going to say we're going to start it and get the bugs worked out, but I think the biggest thing is coordinating the job that you want done. And Brian, either he might be here or he may need to come up here to do the job.
Yeah.
The machine, when he's not using it, there's another line of work that he uses this machine in, and he goes out of town occasionally with it. But obviously, there's the issue of coordinating you coming up here and getting the job done. So, at some point, I envision who knows. Brian may be up here literally almost every day doing this stuff because we are going to start Cerakoting and things like that soon. So typically, what do you envision? Starting off, I know you only live about 5 minutes from the store, so he's not far away. So if somebody comes in tomorrow and you're not here, Brian, how do you envision us doing this? They just go through us and I go get to you, or would you recommend them emailing you, or what? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, so I would recommend that you email me, and we'll post a link to the email address in the description of the video below. But it will be Carolina, just like the state, .laser with an S, LASER @yahoo.com. You can send me an email, let me know what you're wanting to do, or what type of gun that you're looking to have, or magazines that you're wanting to have engraved and what you're wanting on it, and I can reach back out to you. This is going to be obviously up front by appointment only, where we can set a time for the customer to come in. If you just come in the store and you happen to catch me here and I've got some time, then clearly I'm not going to turn you away. But if I do have an appointment walking through the door shortly thereafter, I can take a few minutes. But this is probably going to be a multi-step process where you're going to have to reach out to me if I'm not here, or set a time to come in and speak with me by appointment only. I am going to be starting, hopefully, if we get a good response out of this week, that hopefully starting next Monday, possibly we can have some things on the books. I am going to be out of town, so to speak, this week. I'm going to be in Greensboro doing an event, so I will not be available this week or this weekend. It will have to be starting on Monday or Tuesday of next week.
And also, too, we probably are going to start going to the gun shows in the near future in Raleigh. And me and Brian have talked about it already, so we'll have our firearms up there, and Brian will have his machine set up there so he can do laser etching right there on site. So that ought to be a lot of fun and be pretty cool. So we're going to go ahead and end this because getting my videos, usually I try to keep around between 8 and 10 minutes. But we're excited about it, and Brian is, and like I said, he pretty much can do about anything that you can think of on your gun. So it's really great, like for birthday gifts. If you want to personalize your gun or take your loved one's gun and have it personalized, you better be darn sure that you got the right etching on it, because like Brian said, it's permanent. Okay, once it's done, it's done.
Yeah. And spelling.
And spelling.
So if you send me something that's spelled wrong,
he's going to ask you to prove
that's on you.
Yeah. Once you give the thumbs up, just like when he did this, he had it all centered up and everything. He says, all right, Kevin, are you sure? Are you sure? Yeah, go ahead and hit the button on it. And I was very, very happy about this. So,
well, and to touch on that too, I think that part of it is just making sure that we have that open line of communication, especially if it's going to be something that is highly customized and not just something that seems to be text. I've done a couple of Bible verses and scripture on stuff. If we bring in pictures from the outside to be vectorized and put out there, I will definitely be trying to get these things together and sending for approval from the customer. Let them see what is actually going to be on there. I do also have some cards that I can burn the design on to make sure that it's right before we go burning it on a gun, because like I said, there is no erase button. And we're going to do everything that we can on our end for quality control and quality assurance to make sure that it's right and that it's what they want on the gun. before we actually hit print.
All right, good deal. All right, so I'm sure you may have some other questions, so you can also email me at kevin@carolinafirearmstraining.com, or of course, on the YouTube video that I'm going to put this on and the Facebook, you can obviously make comments there and I'll respond to them. So we're going to get out of here. Don't forget about, I always end our videos usually, don't forget about Time Financing. They finance new and used guns. Also, Brian will be financing his etching. So for $35, he'll go 18 months on that.
Nope.
No, I'm just kidding. So, all right. So anyway, yeah, we're going to get out of here. We're located at 1606 Westover Drive, Sanford, NC 27330. Our phone number is area code 919-708-5475. And you can reach out to us on the website, check things out we got on there, classes and online inventory as well at carolinafirearmstraining.com. All right. So we're going to get out of here. And this is a special day too, because Brian is my very first guest. He's my very first guest on my videos. So I'm probably going to have other guests, maybe on different topics as the thing goes. And Brian said, are we going to rehearse this and edit it and do this? I said, no, sir, we're going to shoot straight from the hip, unedited. If we have a little snafu, we'll just keep going and deal with it. All right. So I like unedited videos better anyway. So all right, guys, I'll see you next time. Stay armed, stay safe. So think about what you want etched on your gun. See you.